Yo, what's up, guys? Ninja Nick 333 back with what is top 8 of the Kirwan's Game Store Celestial Storm Quarter 1 League Cup thing. We've got my boys Chris Siakala on the left. He was in top 16 for the 2016 to 2017 season in North America, ranked. He's pretty powerful. He's won a regionals. He's got second at a regionals. He's got top 4 at a regionals, top 8 at a regionals, top 16, top 32s a couple times, top 64 a couple times. Like, he pretty much does well at almost every regional he goes to. That one season he ran super hot. This past season, unfortunately, I think he was around 22nd place or something. Because the way that they made the format, it's just like if you didn't like win a regional, you weren't in top 16. Because the gap in points between multiple places was just so ridiculously large. But he had a valiant effort. And then we got my other boy here, Anthony Bruno, on the right. Ho-Oh guy, I call him sometimes. I literally texted him earlier today, and I called him Phoenix Burn. Like, I nicknamed him Phoenix Burn. He is playing Ho-Oh, because he is Ho-Oh guy. Ho-Oh guy plays Ho-Oh, no matter what. I remember in Virginia regionals, this past one, he was playing Ho-Oh and expanded, and he was like 5-0. Like, he started 5-0, and then he just lost out from there. And I'm like, holy crap, dude. Like, you started 5-0. I think he ended like 5-3, whatever. Something like that. I'm like, yo, that's insane. Or maybe he only started with the first 4 wins or something and then lost and then won again or something. I don't remember. Something like that. But he did like super good with Ho-Oh. And I'm like, yo, I didn't even know Ho-Oh was that good. And he's like, yo, Lysander Prism against Night March, you win. And I'm like, oh, crap. You play that card? He's like, yeah, boy. And then when we go to Philly Regionals the week after this, he is again playing Ho-Oh, and he ends up making top 64. He does make it to day 2 with me, and Alan, and Moffat. So 3 of the guys who made top 8 here end up making day 2 at Philly with me, so that's cool. Really solid players all around in this area, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna get into this match in a minute. Still waiting. Alright, so they're flipping. Alright, so unfortunately, Chris, I forgot to mention what he's playing. He's playing Buzz Weavile Shrine. Buzz Shrine, period, is a bad matchup for Ho-Oh. Even though it has resistance, the shrine damage is huge. It has to put Lele into play to get Kiawe off most of the time. So the Weavile can, like, 2-shot a lot. Even though the Ho-Oh has no ability and the Salazzle has no ability. He's playing Ho-Oh Salazzle. So. Yeah. I just actually heard today, because today is Sunday the 30th as I'm recording this. So just heard Stefan Ivanov, that really good player who won internets in North America. He was at some regional in Europe, and he went 7-1 day 1 with Ho-Oh, which is absolutely insane. And then crapped out in day 2, because that's apparently what Ho-Oh does. So Shrine comes into play. Lele takes 10 damage before Anthony even gets to start playing the game. And he nest balls. He's probably going to get a Ho-Oh, because that's literally like his only attacker besides the Salazzle. So you got to kind of like just straight up Kiawe into this thing, and then just beat face. So then he Ultra Balls for a Salandit, attaches energy to the Salandit, and then he Kiawe's turn 1 onto the Ho-Oh. 4 energy going straight from deck to the Ho-Oh, powering it up mad powerful. It's spicy and hot. Deck is hot. And the Shrine damage goes down. Really hard to remember to put Shrine damage on. I certainly forget a lot. But just because it's like anything that happens between turns is hard to remember. I don't know why. Like poison and stuff. So as you can see, he's all loaded up now. So now goes into Chris's turn. Chris Cynthia's. He's got a choice band down now as well. So he's going to be hitting that Lele for a minimum of 60, going into Anthony's turn. So 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so he'll be at 90, which means on the next turn, he's going to get knocked out yet again. Or he's going to get hit again, and it's going to be a knockout, I should say. So that's not good. That choice band is super relevant, and I've got stupid Apple updates showing up on my screen. Go away. Nobody cares about Apple updates. I haven't used iTunes in years, yet it's somehow still on my computer because it keeps like re-updating itself and stuff because computers have a mind of their own. One time my computer decided to install a Windows update on its own, even though I have Windows update set to off, and then my computer died because it was a bad update, and then it took me a month to fix it. And now I'm on base version of Windows 10. So as you can see, Chris just puts a unit energy on a baby Lele, and then does the thing. Okay, so that Lele's at 90 now. So that's a lot of that's halfway to dead. So Anthony's really upset that he started Lele. He probably wishes that he started like literally anything else. Salandit would have been a good start, honestly, because that's a 1 prizer, and that's harder for Chris to damage. It doesn't take Shrine damage or anything. Anthony Cynthia's finds a Tapu Koko, attaches to the Lele to hard retreat into the Ho-Oh, and blows that thing up. Now that Lele does a lot to a Ho-Oh. 20, 40, 60. So that Lele's doing 80. Right? That Lele's doing 80. With a choice band is 110. That's a 2-shot. But even with just the 80 and the Shrine damage, since it already has Shrine damage on it, that's a 2-shot. So that's actually pretty bad. Chris is actually pretty set up now. He doesn't have any Macargos in play, unfortunately. But he does have an Oranguru with a very small hand, so he will be drawing cards every turn. We see the man, the myth, the legend, Eddie Zito with his pink shirt there in the background, probably complaining about his life to the head judge. My boy Eddie, I love you. If nobody has seen his commentary for the 2017 ARG Invitational, you 100% have to check it out. It is the most amazing commentary I've ever seen in my life. And as you can see, Anthony Guzmas knocks out another Buzzwole, puts some Shrine damage down, and now it's Chris's turn. He's at 4 prizes now, so that Sledgehammer is going to take a knockout. And that Ho-Oh is going to die. And there's not really going to be a follow-up. Because there is no other Ho-Oh, and he didn't get a, what's it called, Wishful Baton down either. Now, Wishful Baton's actually really good in the format right now, because most people are playing like 1 Field Blower at most. So the Wishful Baton like pretty much always sticks. So that energy from the Ho-Oh can just easily get moved to literally anything else. But unfortunately, he doesn't have that here, and he doesn't have another Ho-Oh anyway. So Shrine damage is going to come down on that Lele. It's getting dangerously close to knocked out, and he puts up that Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is also weak to fighting, so that's not good either. And he's going to Acro Bike, hope to draw some good things. Probably not too much good going on right there, honestly. I kind of feel like he's already lost the game at this point, just because the one Ho-Oh he had went down. It doesn't really have any other good way to power it up besides doing yet another Kiawe after finding another Ho-Oh. So, I don't know, we'll see. You can't really Kiawe to the Lele, because there's already a ton of damage on it. It looks like he has to Acrobike away a switch, so that's another way to move a Ho-Oh after it can't attack. So you really don't want to be discarding those, but unfortunately he has to do that. He looks like retreats, or no, he just escape ropes. Or okay, no, he did retreat and then escape rope, so that the Salandit goes back to his bench. I actually kind of don't like that. I think the Salazzle could knock out something, potentially. Let me see. I forgot what exactly the damage output on the Salazzle is, so let me look that up real quick. Alright, Salazzle GX. Try not to miss anything here. Yeah, Heat Blast does 110. Diabolical Claws does 100. So yeah, the first attack does 50 for each prize card you have taken. So he's taken 2 prizes, so that's 100. The other one, Heat Blast, does 110. All of his attacks are for 2 energy. Or her attacks, I should say. Salazzle is a harem master there. She's the queen of the harem. So, and then the GX discards all your opponent's energies off their active. With no damage, though. So he could have hit for 110 if he had the Salazzle. Unfortunately, he whiffed it anyway, so it was kind of good that he didn't go for that. But unfortunately, Chris just Guzmas it up and knocks it out. So at this point, Anthony's lost. Scoop and go to game 2, boy. Honestly, though, like if he was at 3 prizes now instead of 4, and he was able to do this Kiawe play, because I remember this now. He Kiawe's, right? He's got a lot of Secret Refire energy, too. That's pretty good. Oh, and he fails the last one. Ooh. Only puts 3 on. I think he has 1 in hand, but... And there's the shrine damage. So now, right here, that Lele has that 160 that's active. So now, literally all Chris needs to do is Guzma and knock out the other Lele. Or the Ho-Oh. So he Beast Rings, because of course Anthony's at 4 prizes. Because that's the version he and Al. I think this is the version he and Alan are both playing. Is the no Macargo, but we have Beast Ring. He literally just does that to thin his deck and hand, and then he lilies. So he's gonna draw like 4 cards with the lily. Yeah, 4 cards. And he's gonna try. Well, he can't get Guzma now. But actually, I'm actually curious because you don't have to attack to knock out the Lele. So it would have been really good if he could have Guzma'd. Because that would have put him in such a position to. But he's gonna retreat. It only has a 2 retreat cost. He's gonna go into this Lele. Oh yeah. He's gonna damage swap. He's gonna move all the damage to the Ho-Oh and knock it out. And Anthony's like, yeah, I can't recover from that. And then he just scoops. So valiant effort from Anthony was actually way closer than it should have been. Because Ho-Oh does Ho-Oh things and just kind of just runs through people sometimes. But that was really cool because had that Ho-Oh been able to live, like the attack from Chris was just kind of would have been pointless if he just sledgehammered swung around that active Lele. just to do the 10 damage that the Shriner was already doing. Yeah, so, had that Ho-Oh lived, Anthony still had a chance to take a few prizes, but unfortunately he was at 4 prizes still, so he would have had to take 2 prizes, he would have had to set up another Salazzle, and Chris, I think, only had the 3, so if he took another GX knockout, it would have been easy for him to pick off a Salandit when it would go down, but Anthony made it kind of close. So we're going to see if he can pull it out again for game 2. And I forgot to skip the pile shuffling. I'm sorry. Maybe they're going to still pile shuffle for a while. I'm going to see if I can... I don't know if I can find a good spot. It's like not... Yeah, it's like a minute ahead? Yeah. So here we go. Anthony's going to start. He starts Lele again. So, rip. So, we're going to see. God, this is just awful. This is as bad as my match against Weavile. So he's going to do some things, and he gets a Ho-Oh, all powered up with a Kiawe. So that's really cool. He actually has to discard Ultra Ball. No, he has to, with the Ultra Ball, he has to discard Kiawe Fire, which is kind of fine, because you only really, it looks like, oh yeah, because he Acrobiked too, but he had to discard a Wishful Baton with his Acrobike. That's not really good. That's not good at all. I think he got the Ultra Ball off of that. So as you can see, Chris starts off with the Beast Energy. That's the same thing as a Choice Band. If he gets Choice Band off of this Cynthia, he just kind of runs through right now, right? Because if he gets Choice Band, that's 90. If he gets Shrine, that's super good. Because then he can put damage on that benched Ho-Oh before it even gets to attacking. Oh, and there's the Diancie. I always forget about that. So we got the Shrine and the Diancie. That's the same thing as getting Choice Band, but better, actually. Because you want the Shrine, so that gets the damage on the Ho-Oh. So that's 90 to the Lele. It's got only 90 left, so it's dying next turn. Even before the Shrine damage. And as you can see, it looks like Anthony Acrobiked into the Wishful Baton, which is super clutch, super huge right now. And then he Cynthia's. So he's going to hard retreat this Lele after the Cynthia, and then he's going to blow that Buzzwole up. Now, as you can see, Chris does not have another Buzzwole, so he's going to have to draw, Buzzwole Switch, or, have it. So actually, Anthony's actually in a really good position right now. He's going to swing this game around. Acrobikes again. He's looking at Choice Band or I think Salazzle. He discards Choice Band because Chris doesn't have a single GX in his deck. And EXs are rotated out. So, yeah. So there's nothing that Choice Band even does for him. So might as well discard that with an Acrobike. And he switches. So he actually gets to keep that energy in play for if he has a Guzma later. So that's cool. Beast Energy Prism Star goes to the Lost Zone. Buzzwole goes to the discard pile. He has Rescue Stretcher, Buzzwole, Fighting Energy, Tate and Lisa to use the switch effect. Oh man. And he's going to hit for 30. Yeah, 30. And then 50. That's correct. That's a correct amount of damage. Yeah. So because the resistance on the Ho-Oh counteracts the Diancie, so you're gonna see it go up to 60 damage total after the Shrine of Punishments. Anthony Nest Balls for the Salandit. He's going to attach an energy to it just to power it up. That thing does do 110. I wish there was a Diancie for fire because then Salazzle would essentially be the fire type Lycanroc, just with no ability but a better, like essentially a dangerous rogue you can use multiple times. I guess I don't know. It's essentially got Claw Slash written on it, so. It puts another Ho-Oh down, and he's going to Cynthia. So now, if this Ho-Oh dies, for any reason, all of those energies go into the next Ho-Oh. So now he essentially has everything powered up. Because the Salazzle is one energy attachment away from attacking. If this Ho-Oh dies, the other Ho-Oh gets the energy. So he has 3 attackers set up right now. Plus the Lele, so technically 4. But the Lele is a bad attacker. And then the Ho-Oh just blows up the Oranguru. Unfortunately... Oh, sorry. Unfortunately, the Shrine damage does come down. So that sucks. That Lele is taking quite a bit of damage from Shrine. Starting that is super bad. Chris is deciding what to discard with an Ultra Ball, decides Fighting Energy and Guzma is sufficient. There's probably nothing he really wants to discard, but he's got to get another Pokemon in play. He's going to go for the Lele because it's so good against the Ho-Oh. Generally, when I would be playing something like Zoro, like I would consider Ho-Oh an auto-win for something like Zoroark Golisopod, because I would play both the Tapu Koko promo and the Mewtwo from Evolutions. So both of those 2-shot Ho-Oh pretty easy, and they're 1-prizers, and then you can recycle them with the puzzles and the Rescue Stretcher. Unfortunately, all that kind of shenanigans is like gone from like the format, and puzzles just straight up banned. Right, so the Wishful Baton puts 3 of those fire energies to the Ho-Oh, because that's what that card does. It's not all energy, it's just 3. Looks like he almost attached it, I think, on accident, but he moves, yeah, so he moves 3 of the energies to his bench. He promotes the Tapu Koko because it's got free retreat, so he can decide later which guy he wants to attack with. Because if he can, like, Salazzle Guzma, I would knock out that, that Lele. But no, he just has the Guzma, no Salazzle, I guess. Or no, I think he has the Salazzle, but no fire energy to attack. Or no, he had it. So I think... Yeah, so I think that's a misplay. I think that right there, because I think he had the Salazzle in his hand. So you attach to the Salandit, evolve it to Salazzle, Guzma, do 110, and then that would have knocked out the Lele, and then you would have that active. You'd still have the Ho-Oh on your bench, and not have to switch Pokemon the next turn, and then you would take an extra prize. So then you would have taken 3 prizes, which means Diabolical Claws on your next turn does 150, which is enough to one-shot a Buzzwole. And you're no longer on Sledgehammer turn, so the Buzzwoles don't do as much damage. Even though the Ho-Oh does have the resistance, but I still would put the Salazzle into play and attack with the Salazzle. So I think that was a pretty huge misplay on Anthony's part. I think that might actually be costing him the game, potentially. Just because this Ho-Oh, he now has to have a way to move it. And he used a Guzma to get it where it is. Whereas I think the Salazzle, let me see. Yeah, for any reason he had to retreat the Salazzle. It's only a 2 retreat cost. So yeah, that's pretty big. The Ho-Oh King. Making misplays. Looks like Chris is just Ultra Balling for another Buzzwole. He's just buzzing it up. Buzz, buzz, buzz. I haven't seen a single Sneasel or Weavile from him. I know he's playing the Weavile stuff, because I played against him. Or no. Yeah. Yeah, I played against him in Swiss. He bodied me super quick. I was 2-0 and he's like, no, you're not. Or no, I was 3-0 and he said, no, you're not. Yeah, something like that. I don't remember. So long ago now. I know I took one loss from Chris. I offered him the ID. He laughed at me. What do you got to do, though? You got to try. You got to try to get that tie any way you can. All right, Anthony goes. Okay, so he got sledgehammered. He's going to Ultra Ball, get rid of Salandit. Oh, okay, maybe it wasn't a Salazzle in his hand then. So if it wasn't a Salazzle and it was a Salandit in his hand, then yeah, because he's Ultra Balling for Salazzle. Okay, so he didn't have it. And he must have top decked the Ultra Ball this turn. So it's unfortunate he didn't have the play. So he didn't misplay. He did everything he could. So pro plays all around. Yeah. That would have been super good though. If he had the Salazzle, he definitely would have went for that. Why am I doubting his power? He's the master of Ho-Oh. He is Ho-Oh guy. Alright, so he plays another Guzma, retreats with the Coco. He literally just plays that Coco for free retreat. I don't think he really ever attacks with it. I think he has before though, but he's gonna put the Salazzle into play. I guess just in case of any judge shenanigans. I don't disagree. I think that's fine. I think the amount of Shurian damage you're taking right now at this point, especially with how low you're going on prizes, is negligible. I think that you need to win within these next 2 turns anyway. So putting another GX isn't going to change that. I mean, he's already got that Lele that's going to get knocked out, and he needs to make sure this Ho-Oh survives as well. So having Salazzle is just not going to do anything different. I think, though, that if this Ho-Oh does live, you retreat it, and then go into the Salazzle, and then just start taking one-shots on these baby Buzzwoles and stuff. So he essentially, like, he's on a clock now, right? Like, Chris is at 4 prizes. So it looks like Anthony's ahead, but that's a lot of damage, and that Shrine is going to kill that Lele that's on the bench now. So again, Anthony's losing this game because he started the Lele. Game 1, he might have still lost if he didn't start Lele, but this game in particular, he would have won if he didn't start Lele. Like, if you just switched the Salandit and the Lele spots in the deck so that he started Salandit, he legitimately would have won. 100%. Because Ho-Oh is that powerful. I know a kid who says that all the time. It's kind of funny. So he's got a Salazzle now. I think he's probably going to Guzma again. He's only got 2 cards in hand, so obviously he has another Guzma, right? That's just how Ho-Oh works. He could just hard retreat, because he's not attacking with this Ho-Oh again. It's got too much damage on it. You'll want to make it look as the least threatening as possible to try to trick Chris into not killing it. So here we go. We're going to see a Nest Ball. Probably going to grab a Ho-Oh or something. I don't think it matters what he gets. Because no matter what, I think he just wants something out of his deck. I don't think that it's smart to put something with an ability in play, like a Lele, so I don't think you would Nest Ball for Lele. He's already got it in his hand anyway. But it looks like he's just failing the Nest Ball, so I don't think it matters. Chris is quite literally hand shuffling right now. He's literally just taking his hand and shuffling it as if it was a deck. Like, normally I do like the thing myself, but no, he legitimately shuffles his hand. It's a really interesting thing. So here he goes. He puts down the Lele, because he doesn't really have a choice, to get Guzma. I think... What do you go for? I don't even know what I would go for. I guess the other Buzzwole? Okay, he's gonna retreat to get the energy off of it, and then Guzma. I don't know, wouldn't you just retreat, though? Do you have to waste the Guzma to do that? I don't think you have to waste the energy to do that. Oh, so he's trying to take it out of Lele range. 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. It's still in Lele range, though. The shrine makes it exact knockout. I think that's what he was playing for, though. I think he was trying to take the energy off so that Lele couldn't take a knockout. But the shrine actually does knock him out going into his next turn, and that wins Chris the game. If he were to Guzma and Guzma Psywave with Lele, because Lele does 40, which puts him at 180. Did Chris scoop? Okay, so Chris did not. Yeah, Chris did not have a way to. Chris did not have a way to attack or win that turn, and he knows Anthony's just gonna whoop up on him from there. So Chris actually scoops, and they go on to the next game. So let me see. That was actually beautifully played there by Anthony. Even though I said he misplayed it at one point, he did not have he legitimately did not have the Salazzle in his hand. So he couldn't do that one play. But had he been able to do it, he just would have won faster. And the Lele on his bench nearly cost him the game. So the thing that really made Chris lose that one game there is just the fact that the deck that he net decked for this day, because everybody just found out about it literally that morning of, and then they just built it all in the store. Like they all just like brought their cards to build a deck. Cause like I actually have them right here. I'll show you. I got like these 2 Elite Trainer boxes just full of stuff, all divided out. This is my Pokemon one and Basic Energy, and this is my Special Energy and Trainers. And I literally just like if I think I'm gonna build a deck when I'm somewhere, I take them with me, and I can literally just build any deck in the format. Sometimes I'm missing weird stuff like Solgaleo GX, so my friends are like, "Yo, you want to give me a Solgaleo GX so I can put it in my Metagross deck?" And I'm like, "Well, I have Metagrosses, but I don't have a Solgaleo, and I don't have Cosmog." And they're like, "Ah, oh, all right, whatever." So that's what they did. They just brought a bunch of their stuff and built the Weavile version of Buzz Shrine the morning of. So he copied that Tate and Lisa version that did not play Macargo. And I think if he was playing the Macargo version, he would win. Because that just literally lets you stack your deck. And he would have drawn whatever card he wanted every turn. I think that version is just superior. Chris is only where he is because of the strength of Weavile and the strength of his own playing. There are, I know, a couple other people who are playing pretty much the exact same list as Chris. And they're in top 8. Same reasoning. They all played well, and the deck's good, but it's better if you have Macargo. So, wait, I think Moffat was playing Macargo, right? I think Alan and Chris are both not playing Macargo. Something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. Been recording these videos over the course of a week because I was sick and I had to skip like 5 days of recording. And then I had cups and stuff, so I had to skip a couple more days. So you see, so Chris just, he starts with the Sneasel, attaches a unit onto a Lele, and then Anthony, he has to Acrobike away a Salazzle, which is pretty unfortunate, because that's actually a really good card in this matchup. Once you take 3 prizes, it can start taking one-shots. And the Shrine is in play, too. So that Ho-Oh's already taken a bunch of damage. I think Anthony is going straight to the active with this, right? Yeah, I don't think you have a choice in this scenario. Especially since that's a Salandit on his bench. I'm not even paying attention. God, I'm tired. So yeah, so there you go. Chris just retreats. Anthony falls right into the play. But unfortunately, I don't think he had any choice. It's not like you're going to Kiawe to the Salandit on your bench. If he had another Ho-Oh, I would have done the one on your bench. Because I mean, the Sneasel has one retreat, so it's just easier to do that than to Guzma. Force him to have, it's more likely that he has energy than he does Guzma. So let's see, he's looking through with Lele, Wonder tagging. He's going to get a Cynthia. He's probably going to attach first before the Cynthia. He might Ultra Ball first too. I don't know what that other card in his hand is. I see. Oh, that's a Turtonator. Yeah, so he's contemplating. Okay, so he discards 2 fire. That's fine. I like discarding 2 fire when you have Turtonator in your hand. That's cool. He's gonna play the Cynthia. Yeah, so he was shuffling up from the Ultra Ball, and Chris is like, "You're just gonna play the Cynthia since that's the only card in your hand, right?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." So they're saving a little bit of time there. I'm trying to think of what Anthony's game plan is gonna be because that Ho-Oh with so much damage on it before he's even taken a prize is just so bad. But he does get to knock out the. So the thing is here. So he knocks out the Lele, right? And then Chris has to respond. C6. 3, 5. I think Chris is asking for a lot if he wants to take a knockout on this Ho-Oh this turn. Because he does go up to 120. I'm trying to think. He needs to attack with Buzzwole, and he has to have a 1 or 2 damage modifiers. So he's looking for like, see, he needs to do 60, right? And then he has to go through resistance. So he has to do 80. So he needs Choice Band Diancie or Beast Energy Diancie or Choice Band Beast Energy. So he needs any combination of the 2 damage modifiers. And all that I see in his hand as far as that kind of stuff goes is a unit energy, which doesn't get him to anywhere he needs. So that's a little disappointing on Chris's part here. And my mouse keeps going on the screen. I do not want that there. So that's pretty unfortunate for Chris. It's actually looking like it's coming around for Anthony now. And he doesn't even bother attacking, which I agree with. You want to save that energy for the Weavile if you can, because that lets that attack. He was only going to do 10 damage. So he would have 10 more damage on it than he already does. So it's not even worth attacking. It's literally just more worth it to pass. Anthony Ultra Balls for the Coco, so he has the free retreater so that his Guzmas are alive, allowing him to continue attacking with this one Ho-Oh. What he really wants to do here now, though, is get a Wishful Baton down on this Ho-Oh, because if it dies and doesn't have the Wishful Baton, that's bad. But here he just has a switch, so he's just going to switch retreat and blow that Buzzwole up and take more shrine damage. So now Chris has an opportunity, if he draws a draw supporter, he has an opportunity to actually knock out this Ho-Oh and go pretty far ahead because Anthony wants to take one more knockout before doing the Salazzle because he's still on 2 prizes. Also, anyway, Chris just needed any energy because now it's Sledgehammer turn, which I almost forgot about. Looks like he also plays Beast Ring, because he had that in his hand, and now Cynthia. So he's got 2 Buzzwoles loaded up now. One is getting pretty close to a swing around, which could be really good later in the game. And then this one active that only has the 1 energy is going to knock out this Ho-Oh. And that's just bad time for Anthony. Bad time. If he had Wishful Baton, it would still kind of be okay, honestly. But he does not have Wishful Baton. So it's just not good for him right now. Oh, and another Beast Ring. He's probably going to put that on his other baby Buzzwole on the bench. I don't think you put it active. You could put it active. Because, like, Anthony's not going to knock you out. You can do 110 with the Salazzle at most. And you're not going to attach twice to Lele in a turn. And if you have to load up a Ho-Oh with a new Kiawe, that's literally ending your turn. So there's actually no reason not to attach to the active. So he's still going to Sledgehammer here, but he has Swing Around loaded up. So that then when Anthony is off of the four prizes, he can switch to Swing Around and only lose out on a little bit of damage, potentially. Because he's doing 120 now with the Sledgehammer. And Swing Around does 80, and it does 120 if you flip 2 coins. So it's actually the same thing as Swing Around, but without having to flip the coins. It looks like we see a Guzma bringing up the baby Buzzwole that has 0 energies on it, forcing Chris to find another energy, and just passing. He's also putting up the Sacrificial Coco, which is an odd prize. So that's going to mean that Chris is, he's going to take like a worthless prize essentially. But honestly, if I were him, I would be trying to Guzma the Salandit right now. I think, well, no, I don't know. No, you don't want to Guzma Salandit. You want to Guzma Ho-Oh. No, you want to Guzma Lele? Because I don't know if you not, hang on, 100, 160. Yeah, because you do not, yeah, you don't knock out the Ho-Oh. See, but you could have knocked out the Lele. So you could have knocked out the Lele, gone down to 1 prize. Or no, go down to 2 prizes. And then the Ho-Oh just takes more shrine damage, but unfortunately he didn't have the Guzma. He just has a bunch of Buzzwoles with a bunch of energies on him. Anthony is forced to play the escape rope. Chris puts up the Weavile, because it's not really doing much of anything for him right now. And Anthony is just stalling, because I think his hand is dead. He's going to Nest Ball, try to thin a card out of his deck. Maybe hope to get some drawn to just some draw supporters now. Like trying to think of a way Anthony can win. It's just not good. There's no real good psychic attackers that you could play in this. Shining Lugia would be really good in this deck, though. I think that's what Stefan Ivanov is playing, is Shining Lugia in it. I'm not 100% sure, though. That's what I was told by a friend. I'm not sure if that's accurate information. Seems good, though. You Kiawe to it, and you do 130 and resist fighting. And choice bands don't work on it. So here we go. Here comes the Shrine. And dead Ho-Oh. Chris is down to 1 prize. Anthony really needs to do something right here, right now. And he's just gonna Nitro Tank. No, Anthony's lost the game now. So, good attempt, Anthony. I don't really know what else you could have done to win this game. I mean, this last game, he got off 3 Beast Rings, dude. Like, 2 Beast Rings, I don't know. Whatever. He got Beast Rings off. Doesn't matter how many he got. He's all loaded up. Even if you get the Salazzle down, you Guzma knock out the Lele, and then you go down to 3. Then he swing arounds, and you take minimum 80, 100 now that Diancie is in play. Salazzle only has like 210. So if he just swings around twice, you're dead. Because on average, he's going to flip 1 heads out of those 4. And yeah, no, that's the game, as I said. So, valiant effort, Ho-Oh guy. Anthony. Tried really hard. Unfortunately, the Buzz Shrine just really isn't a good matchup. Yeah, you don't like Ho is really good against GX decks. So it's really good against things like Zorak. As long as you get going, like you get the choice band down, you blow them up, because you're just so fast and aggressive. But things with the one prize attackers like that, like it just can't keep. It can't take 6 prizes. It can take 3. It can't take 6 knockouts. So it's just really unfortunate for him. It's just the ways the decks were designed. It's not really designed to be something like that. So he got top 8 still. That's still 25 points. Chris is going to move on to top 4. Maybe we'll see him next round. I don't remember. But we'll be back soon with top 4. So I'll see you guys then.